I'm not really sure what a high-pitch mosaic is. I know what high pitch is, and mosaic. What about an IPA? Hey, it's Brain Muffin back with a beer review, and from Highwire Brewing. I read the can, and then I completely on North Carolina. So balanced Western North Carolina IPA with bright citrus and tropical fruit aromas. All right. So part of this can, I can read it better when there's the dew on it from the refrigerator. Brewed and canned by the Three Ring Brewing Company, Asheville, North Carolina. So I'm not sure what Highwire Brewing is, but they're all circus related. So here we have high pitch mosaic. So this is what got I saw this at Walmart in Elizabeth, and I could not believe it. I'm probably going to have to do all the research to find that in there when I check it in. So I'm probably going to check it in off camera. But I'll do all the other recordings. I've never had this. None of my friends have had this. It is a full pint. It is 6.7 alcohol. When I was doing a search for this, there's a version of this on cranberries. There's also a double version. And this one is the hoppy and tropical. And there was also one listed without it, so I chose this, so I don't know if there's a difference. But I was ready to give up on Walmart, and I just happened to see this. And I also saw a couple other things in cans that I'm going to have to try. You know, Asheville is a bucket list trip, but oh man, is that nice. I have used mosaic in several, but this looks like a bright tank. Oh, I'm disappointed in the head already. This looks like a bright tank and not a very good one. I don't get it. I don't understand how you make it, especially a hoppy beer where you want those really nice bubbles to bring all of that aroma. Oh yeah, you can definitely smell. If I remember it correctly, it's been a while since I've brewed, and if I remember correctly, mosaic can give mango flavors and some other stuff. So a Centennial, which I imagine they'll probably use for bittering and some back end items. So yeah, it's one of these things you're gonna get different fruit notes, different fruit suggestions, and they're all going to be tropical. So some people will say mango, some people will say passion fruit, some people will do papaya. Every once in a blue moon, someone's nose will say pineapple. Now, granted, it's an association between them because none of those actual fruits are in the beer. So, but man, to me, it's passion fruit and mango. But you know. And there are more gnats running around. Wow. That is interesting because you're expecting a hop bomb, 55 IBUs. It is nice and very floral and fruity on the nose. And it's that about mid-mouth, and it just goes whoosh. There's like almost nothing on the back end. No lingering bitterness. Very, very little lingering hops. You can kind of taste it in the breath, but not a whole lot of malt either. It can be good or bad depending on what you're looking for. The good side about that is this would pair with almost, not quite, but I wouldn't do anything sour, wouldn't do kimchi, stuff like that. But you could definitely pair it with almost any meal because it's not going to overpower anything. I would say probably things at the extremes. Not too sour, not too sweet, would probably be fine. I would love to try this with some North Carolina barbecue, and I'm not a huge North Carolina barbecue fan, but I imagine it would go well. If you hold it mid-mouth, it gets bitter, and there's the fruit. Bitterness is gone. The malt's kind of there. Fruit's kind of there, and then it's gone. That is interesting, and I don't know if that's what they try to do. I'm going to assume so, and I didn't even talk about the coloring and the clarity. I mean, it is nice and clear, especially on a portrait. I think what you're seeing mostly is just the glass that it's in. I had to get to a bigger cup glass. It is a full pint. It's a 6-pack for $10. I could not believe it. A full pint. So 16 ounces, usually something this size granted, I guess because it's somewhat local, I mean, a 6-pack of pints is probably, I'm expecting $15, $16, but $9.98. That's good. I mean, I like this. I really like this one. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. So I'm going to assume they're going for a drinkable beer with food, and it's just a complimentary aspect. You could do steak and potatoes with this. You could do barbecue. You could do fried chicken. You could do fish. You could definitely do salmon. You could definitely do tuna steaks. You could do tuna salmon patties with ketchup, sriracha sauce. You could do almost any kind of hot sauce with this. Nothing's going to really clash. It's just going to wash your tongue off, leave a little bit of fruity hopness, and then kind of disappear and let you enjoy your meal. Yeah, beef stew even. Again, I think the real sour, anything real sour, real sweet might clash a little too much, but this is a very nice, real IPA, okay, that has a profile that makes it drinkable for quite a bit. I mean, 6.5%, you're not drinking a whole lot of these, but there's a lot of IPAs that leave this huge hot residue on the tongue, and unless you're eating something that can compete with that, say something quite spicy or heavy, that can help, because you've got this hot profile up here. If you have little flavors here, this is just going to overpower everything, but you've got to have those flavors way up. So Indian food that's very flavorful, so spicy in the variety of spice, not hot necessarily, but you could definitely do something hot. And the simpler the spice profile, probably the hotter it would have to be to compete with that. But this one seems to just say, hey, I know you're enjoying other things, and you're having this beer, and coming out of a can, like, granted, I am disappointed with, so if I was to be really picky, because the head retention's okay. If I was to really be persnickety, I'd give a half a point off for the head. But I think everything else is balanced out so well that it's changed my mind, and maybe part of how I poured it could be the glass. This is not the right kind of glass, but I didn't have anything big enough, I didn't think. I had a Pilsnery glass I could have used. It was a Great Lakes glass, but that is nice. I really like that. I really do like that. Expect big grapefruit, tangerine, and subtle melon flavors from this chorus of Mosaic and Centennial hops. See, I don't get any of that. I don't get grapefruit. I was going to say grapefruit, but almost like a pink grapefruit, but just, that's the problem with citrusy, is sometimes people will do grapefruit, some people will be lemon, some people will be orange. And tangerine and subtle melon, to me it's passion fruit, but maybe I'm completely wrong. I know what mangoes taste like. Not melon. I'm not getting any melon, but I don't have the refined palate like I used to, so who knows, maybe it needs to warm up. But it's definitely really good. Definitely a beer I would love to try on draft. It's so rare for me to give a 5 out of 5 to an IPA. Usually those are big barrel aged something others, but this is really good, and I'm glad I bought this, and I would love to visit the brewery, and maybe I will someday. All right, thank you very much. Have you tried? I don't know if it's high, because this says High Wire Brewing. See, I'm not making that up. But the can says 3 Ring Brewing Company, Asheville, North Carolina. So maybe it's a subsidiary, kind of like some breweries have done, where they've Listerman did that with their triple digit and all that other stuff. But I really like this. This is like an IPA should be, without being overly done and in your face, kick your teeth in. But that's good. So 5 out of 5 for me. I'll finish my check-in once I can find the Elizabethton Walmart, because I do want to tag. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I like tagging where I buy stuff so people like it. They can know where to find it. And to also say thank you to the retailer for having it. I know this is semi-local. It's just across the state line. I don't even know if it's 2 hours from here. And I want to applaud that. I know it's a mega corporation, but when they reserve a tiny bit of stuff for things that's not mega brewers, I want to thank them for it and show that I appreciate it. So let me know what you want me to review from either 3 Ring or High Wire, and see if I can find it, and let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much, and we will see you. Goodbye. Hoppy and tropical. Oh, they have variants. Double high pitch cranberries?